AMD hosting an analyst day yesterday. It's the first time in 3 years. The chipmaker says that revenue growth will expand 35% a year over the next 3 to 5 years, and the company's AI data center is expected to grow at 80% a year and potentially hit tens of billions of dollars in sales by 2027. Joining us right now is the AMD CEO, Lisa Su. A note on this, AMD's stock up phenomenally. You can see since she took over, 589%. Lisa, I think when you took over, this was a $2 billion market cap. I think today it's above $386 billion. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Who's counting?
Well, it's great to be here with you guys this morning. Thanks for having me.
It's great to see you, too. Last week, you had earnings that came out that beat all expectations, and yet the stock actually declined. I think people were waiting to see what you said at the Investor Day. They liked what they heard, especially when it came to the revenue, the annualized growth that you're expecting, 35%. I think most people were looking for closer to 30%. Predictions are hard, though, especially about the future. And I guess the big question is, what makes you so confident?
Well, first of all, it was a great day yesterday. It's always nice to sometimes take a step back from just, what's happening on a quarterly basis to really talk about long-term strategy. And it has been, as you said, it's been 3 years since we've hosted an Analyst Day. But what we thought is, there's been so much that's changed in the market just over the last, 12, 18, 24 months that we kind of needed to just take a step back and talk about the company as a whole. And frankly, we're in just an amazing cycle.
What makes you so sure of that demand? What do you see that makes you think not only that this demand is going to be big, but that it's real and that it's not going to disappear?
Well, Becky, we spend a lot of time in the ecosystem, and being in this industry for as long as I've been in this industry, over 30 years, I think you see a lot of cycles, and you see a lot of technologies take off. Something that we always are looking for the signals in the market, but the signals in the market right now say that we're still at the very beginning of the technology, but you're starting to see significant productivity improvements.
Do you really think that they can see the returns on the other side, or do you think there's a little bit of a big gamble going on, which is to say that there's a bunch of them will tell you quite openly, look, I'd much prefer to be ahead than behind, meaning ahead than behind. I'm worried that if I don't invest enough now, I won't have enough capacity later, but I can't necessarily fully math out how it's going to work out on the other end either.
I don't think it's a big gamble. I think it's the right gamble. And the way I would say it, Aaron, is we can also definitely see that more computing and more investments equate to a faster pace of innovation. I think that's definitely there. I think you can also see all of the pointers to more productivity and more capability. Now, exactly timing of ROI, right, if you're talking about is it 12 months or 24 months, I think that's where it becomes a little fuzzier. But I would say that, look, our largest customers are extremely disciplined companies, and they have the balance sheets to invest. And this idea,
I'll give you an example. The one that everybody talks about is OpenAI.
Yeah.
So OpenAI in 2028 is expecting to lose $74 billion. By the way, they have $13 billion in revenue right now. I believe that's the number. They believe that between 2028 and 2030, that they will all of a sudden become a profitable business. So they have to make a swing from a $74 billion loss. So the question I would ask you, as somebody who, by the way, has to think of them to some degree as a customer / creditor of sorts, how you think about that math.
Yeah. So again, Aaron, I would take a step back and say, when you look at the entirety of what the AI, sort of technology companies are, you have the largest hyperscalers, you have, I call it the AI native leaders like OpenAI, Anthropic, others. And what the underlying foundation is the same. They all need computing. Now, relative to, your comment about OpenAI, I think OpenAI is a phenomenal company.